Hey guys, I wanted to do a thing before I actually went and did a thing. I wanted to make sure I was good at this. So a lot of you know I do spoken word or slam poetry, and this video is two of my poems that I've wrote recently within the last couple months. One of them I wrote last night, and the other one I wrote a few months ago, maybe a month ago. Um, but I wanted to share them with you guys because I want to start doing competitions and I want to start actually getting out there and showing and performing. So these are two poems that kind of go hand in hand. Um, the first one I wrote for a girl that I thought I had really strong feelings for, and the second one is basically me, letting go of those feelings and moving on from that relationship. So here we go. I do have to read them because I haven't memorized them yet. Okay, so the first one's called Black Holes. I once read somewhere that a pupil was like a black hole. It takes in all light and reflects nothing back. And as I sat and pondered this information, I couldn't help but think of your eyes and the fact that this is what you do to yourself. You take in as much light and as much good and as much purity as you can, and you don't reflect any of it back because that is what you need inside yourself. I swear, I see galaxies in you where you see nothing more than burnt out stars. I once told you that you were perfect, and you scoffed because the last person to tell you such a thing listed your flaws to you as if she were making a shopping list that was nothing more to her than a piece of paper that she could crumple and throw away at the end of the day. So you believed that perfection was never something you could achieve. But honey, I'm here to tell you that you are by far the most perfect human being I've ever had the privilege to talk to, or let alone bask in all the vastness that are those stars in your eyes. I know this because on the day that we went to the beach and you looked at me, I saw how scared you were. Your black holes consumed me, and I saw genuine fear when you touched me. You gave me a look as if to say, please don't go. Please don't fade away. You touched me as if I was going to crinkle into the sand that was beneath our feet, maybe as if I was a sand sculpture made by somebody else left there for you to find beauty in. But in the moment that you touched me, I swear I felt like a star being born, and I could feel every ember of my soul lit on fire all over again. And in this moment, I was scared of losing you. I was scared that maybe the ocean breeze would push a little too hard against your skin, and you would fade away as if you were the mist arising from the ocean and something that wasn't real. Maybe you were stardust and I was nothing more than an amateur astronaut dreaming of the day that I could capture just a little bit of you in a jar so later on I could look upon you and know that true beauty exists even in the deepest, darkest parts of space. Looking at you, I could see that there was a storm in your soul, and that you were scared that if you stood still long enough, it might break through all of your old scars that you've tried so hard to heal, and our perfect moment on the beach would turn into a raging hurricane. I could see that you were scared that all of this debris and driftwood and water would wash away what we had as if it were something that were that easy. But honey, I'm a coral reef, not something that is easily destroyed. I've taken years to get to where I am, and I can see that you are millions of different galaxies spread over millions and millions of miles, and I want to explore every part of you. You once told me that you were scared because your demons are like monsters that hide in the deepest, darkest parts of you. And I can't help but laugh because I'm not scared of any demon that could ever crawl out of you. It is on the nights that you want to tear yourself limb from limb and just crawl into a ball underneath all of your blankets and into the cave that you call your salvation, that I will be right there. I am strong, and I will be strong for you. Because on the nights that I can't stand to live in my own skin, that is what I need from you. Exploring your different galaxies and finding something that is a little scary is nothing that will chase me away from all the wonders that you have to offer. So please remember, on the nights that you can't stand to drift alone in your galaxies, I want to know what no oxygen feels like. I will always want to know what it is like to suffocate in the galaxy that holds your name. Because the 7 wonders of this world are nothing compared to your black holes. This next one doesn't have a title or anything yet, but I'll figure that out eventually. So, here goes next. I once read somewhere that pupils were like black holes, because black holes take in everything and reflect nothing back. And I once had this theory that you were like that. I once thought that you took in light so you would be a better person. I never knew I could be so wrong. I thought there were galaxies in you, but I soon learned that it was just a harsh, unforgiving desert with a graveyard at the end of that Sahara. I have to admit, though, you had me gazing at stars every night, wishing that I would someday be a constellation placed in your skies. But the stars that I thought I saw were nothing more than the light you had stolen from other people. I once told you that I thought you were perfect, and you scoffed at me. And at the time, I thought it was because you didn't believe the words that flowed from my mouth, but now I see it was because you already knew that you were. Demons always know what they are. You played it off so I would fight to make you see what I saw, but what I didn't see was that you had broken wings folded under your skin. Because when you had fallen from heaven, you fell next to the devil. And I had forgotten that he himself was an angel at one point too, and he is just as beautiful as you. I had forgotten that when you take a soul from another human and you place it far enough away, it looks just like a star. So when I told you that you were the most perfect human being I had seen, it must have slipped my mind that demons can be perfect too. I forgot that the demon that collects souls wears a hood so that you can't see their true appearance until you already have lost your light. You keep these souls in your eyes so the next person to look upon you thinks that they're gazing at galaxies, when in fact it is a graveyard where loved ones have lit candles in honor of what was lost when these victims had finally fallen. I used to collect pieces of you in a jar so that when I felt lost I could look at you as if you were stardust. But what I also failed to see was that if you grind up junk fine enough, it shines just as bright. I should have looked at these things under a microscope. I should have looked a little bit closer so that I could find that these pieces of you that I kept in jars, these little minerals of what I thought I had found, was not stardust. They were in fact debris that was just floating through the air, but oh, did it shine just as bright. This debris was ground up so fine that I thought a star had imploded on itself, and this is what they left behind. But in fact, you are the equivalent of trash. You once told me that you were scared of the demons that lurk inside of you, but I had forgotten that they are such good actors. These demons that you claimed to fear were your friends that just played along. They were what lured other people in. They are what you put in front of you to show other people that you're vulnerable, that you're scared. And I failed to see that when you took a little too long to call me, you were finishing up drinks with these people, these demons. These demons were the only things that you claimed as your friends, and they were what kept you sane. Not my fingertips on your skin when you claimed that you loved yourself a little too hard that day. These were the things that you clinked glasses with, and with, as you said, cheers for another soul taken into your graveyard, another candle lit for another refugee that had fallen. I told you that I wanted to know what it was like to suffocate in the galaxy that holds your name, but I never thought I would be choking on the poison and fumes that fled from your mouth. You are not a black hole, you are a graveyard stained with the stench of rotting souls that you've collected over the years. You use these as trophies, just like you play your Lotus love games with every girl who walks into your life. I may be walking out of this a zombie, but at least I'll be able to see the 7 wonders of this world clearly now. Thank you for taking the time and listening and watching. If you have any suggestions for me, any criticism, anything like that, go ahead, like, comment, share. Talk to me, guys. Tell me what you thought. Thanks. Bye.